Hello, good evening, viewers. Welcome to Have Your Say Club presents The Reading Ravens, a show where we talk to our club members about a book that they have read. And the book that we are going to talk about today is written by a very illustrious author who is very popular, and the name of the book is Touch the Sky. And no points for guessing that it is written by none other than Miss Rashmi Bansal. And a member who is going to talk about the book with us today is a very respected and a very friendly member of our club. She is holding the position of AVP with the leading NBFC and is an avid reader. One unique characteristic about her is that she can read multiple books at a given point in time. So, with this, we welcome our guest, Pooja ma'am, to the show. Welcome, Pooja ma'am, to Have Your Says Reading Ravens.
Thank you, Vidit, and thank you for such nice words for me. I feel so good about it. Thank you
Uh,
for inviting me also.
yes, and we feel good whenever we interact with you. And I
Same
think,
here. I
and I
love
think,
the love shard on me.
and with you today, we
This,
are going to touch the sky.
yes.
So we have fastened our seat belts and we are ready to take off.
So am I.
So, ma'am, the first question that came to me is why you chose to read this book. The one very obvious reason that comes to mind is because of its orientation towards women. Is this the sole reason you picked up this book, or there is something else?
Not really with it. Actually, I happened to be at the launch event of this book. This book was launched in 2018 in Jaipur itself, in the Jaipur Literature Festival. So I attended that event, and I am actually in awe of the author Rashmi Bansal, and I appreciate her quality of being down to earth and the people as usual like you and me. So she doesn't carry any air around her. Like if you normally see people from IIM Ahmedabad in corporate world, they carry so much of weight just about the institute that they went to. And on the contrary, she's an IIM Ahmedabad alumnus, but very grounded. So I really respect her. And as Muditsa once said also in his Reading Ravens, that she's one of the authors that people connect with. So that was the reason that I attended the launch event, because I liked the author, and the event itself was so overwhelming and was really touching. There were some people who were covered in this book were on the dais, and their stories. Uh, it was like goosebumpy, and I picked up the book. And the second reason was that the I got a signed copy of the
Wow.
author, so that's why I bought it, and when I bought it, so I read it.
That's great, great. And JLF is something which we all are going to miss in coming January, na? Because for all those who are into literature and reading, JLF is one place and one event that we all look forward to.
Yeah, my husband's so happy this year because every year since it started, I take one full week of my privilege leaves for JLF. So
Wow.
he is, so he knows this year I'll have to spend the leave somewhere else.
Uh, so yeah, there are some advantages also, right, for the family.
But for the reader, it is a loss.
Yes, perhaps who knows? We may have a virtual JLF. Maybe.
Yeah.
Coming back to book, ma'am, the author used three words to describe the book. She used word like ziddi, besharam, and bindas. So, any particular reason for using these three words for the book?
Yeah, actually, this book is divided into three sections. This book has total 15 stories, and they're divided into three sections, which is named Ziddi, Besharam, and Bindas. And why these words have been chosen? Because these are all negatively connotated connotation. These words carry negative connotation with respect to women. So she's chosen that, one, to break the cliche, and two, to in a way, it's a creative kind of retaliation, which shows that the women who achieved something either had to really become ziddi and follow their heart and their inner voice, uh, despite everybody around not supporting and being struggle like that. And Besharam, because usually all the tasks or activities or roles what the man has been doing, when the woman does it, people usually call her Besharam. So the story, she's categorizes stories like that in Besharam segment. And Das is like, you know, people who've really followed their heart and their passion, what they wanted to do, and they've achieved. So these are 15 stories of achievers, ordinary people, but who've done extraordinary in the circumstances that they were. So that way she's used these three words, and I think it is at least those who read it will be able to relate with it, that you know, now it is time not to use these words, at least negatively, for women.
Yes. So it's like a turnaround book of a turnaround connotation of these three words for at least women's at least, right?
Yeah, it is. If you
Yeah.
read it sensitively and with a lot of focus, some things will penetrate through a person, I'm sure about it.
Correct. Correct. Even apart from these three words, the title of the book, "Touch the Sky," it's also very ask you to unleash yourself, your potential, and chase your goals and do whatever you want to do. And these three words resonate with that title, which is like "Touch the Sky." So, what exactly author wants to signify by the title "Touch the Sky"?
Touch this, as I've already mentioned earlier, that this is a story about ordinary girls in extraordinary circumstances and how they've come out as a winner. So, Touch the Sky is basically, to in a way to communicate that, unleash the power within you. And the title is basically, in fact, I'll just read it out in the acknowledgement, what she says in her own words. So she says, each one of us has the power to create a life on the foundations of truth, beauty, and strong self belief. So, this book is about women who've taken that inner journey of finding themselves and the power that lies within. So, you have always been powerful. You just didn't know it, you just didn't show it. Take charge of your life, exercise your power. You are not a victim of circumstance, of society, or of any external force. So अपने अंदर की शक्ति को जानिए, पहचानिए, आज से लिखिए अपना एक सुनहरा कल. Be that passionate, positive, powerful person that you were born to be. So that's why Touch the Sky.
Wow. So
In
I
fact, the
think,
picture itself is so powerful of
hmm,
the, I don't know if,
yes,
but the
yes,
picture itself says a lot.
yes. It gives you a sense of freedom. It just do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like doing. A sense of no foundation, no boundaries, and just be yourself.
Exactly, exactly.
Ma'am, you have read so many other books also, which is on the same line. So, what special you found in this book that connected with you? Any unique aspect of this book?
One thing that I will say, usually, you know what authors really do, they will go to accomplished leaders like corner offices, corporate leaders like, Kalpana Morparia, or like Rashmi also has written, there's a book from women top leaders, Naina Lal Kidwai, Kalpana Morparia, Chanda Kochar,
Pooja
and
Gurara.
yeah, Kiran Mazum. No, I hope someday it comes like that. But Kiran Mazumdar Shaw. So there's a book I read, and why I'm stating this statement here is that I have read that book. I have that book as well, and from that, if she's covering 15 ordinary women who stood the test of time and have been strong. So I think in both segments of the society, the haves and the have nots, I think women are pretty much the same. In corporate world, you see the glass ceiling, and you know how men around you are not really happy the way one is ambitious. And same goes for these women. They have another kind of challenge, but I think एक औरत की जिंदगी कहीं भी हो सेम ही होती है. So that ways it gives you a lot of insight that it's time that we change, because some of the stories are like, as early as 2013, 2015. So you see that हम किस time में और क्या हो रहा है अभी भी.
Yes, I think another point she made here is that success is not only which is always clear, because success stories are there. These, and we don't acknowledge them often. Generally, we go by where all the media and the light and the glare is. So perhaps I think this is also one thing that attracts a reader in this book. Is it so?
Exactly, this is one of the things. And again, while I was reading, one thing which we should put in perspective, like some of these girls just fought to stop their child marriages. So it is in perspective that that's a big success and a huge success for her, because the entire community, the entire village is boycotting, and the family is under pressure that, because of one girl child in the family, the entire family is being boycotted and all. So it is too much of a pressure. So if today, I don't think that our children or even any of the HYS members children can even fathom or comprehend that life में ये problem भी हो सकती है. So from that point of view, it has to be kept in perspective that what kind of challenge. There are stories of girls who are fighting to go to school. So to have a life of your choice or to exercise your choice, they need to fight. So it is heart wrenching, but at the same time we need to know that that's a huge success for them,
Yes.
which we might not even like. I when we spoke about this, I was going to work, so it was in my mind that it's so easy for us. You pick up your car keys and you drive and you go. Like, I am talking about myself. I don't keep a driver. And why? Because I like to have the control in my hand. That's the only reason that I feel free and I feel good that I'm controlling it. So look at the girl who sees her brother get ready daily and go to school, and she's only handing over the tiffin or something. It must be really sad for the child.
Yes.
So from that perspective, it opens your eyes.
Yes, correct. You mentioned, ma'am, there are 15 stories in this book. So out of those 15, which is very close to you?
Actually, there are many, but I'd like to mention three specifically here. First, or the best one that I liked is that's titled "Having a Ball," and it is about a group of girls called Yuva girls from the village Hutup in Jharkhand. So these girls are coached by a foreigner named Franz. So he worked with some NGO and he was posted in India, and he happened to be there, and he was a very good football player, and he used to play. So these girls actually took coaching from him, and he was kind enough to teach them. And it's a very, very heart touching and a very nice humane story. I mean, it feels good to be human actually when you read it. So and he calls these girls the super goats. And can you beat it? These girls were just doing household chores, or were just helping the family in the farming stuff, and they were really not sent to school. Like, many of them were not going to school. Even the government school in the village, the families were not sending them. So so this coach calls them the super goats. And can you beat it? These girls won many international tournaments, and one of them, like, they won the Gastis Cup, uh, and they won a bronze medal. And after that, there's a very sweet narration that how they took their medal, and how so they stepped from down from the dais, and then they were doing their traditional Jhumar dance from Jharkhand. And their captain and leader, Rinki Kumari, she now look from what distance this girl has traveled, that from going at 5 a.m. daily for their practices, and so committed, because this was. And she says that I did put in all this hard work because that was only one thing in the entire 24 hours that she and the other girls were doing, which was of their choice, or which they were liking. So that is why that 1 hour they just forgot about the whole entire world, and they were just enjoying themselves. And then this girl is they also learned English from their coach. And now this girl is a celebrated TEDx speaker. She was invited at IFT Delhi. And you know what she actually aspires to become? She
What?
wants to become a divorce lawyer. And
Oh,
why a divorce lawyer? Because she's seen so many women being beaten, and alcoholic husbands, and so many in her village itself, that she thinks that life of a woman is really bad. So she wants to help them break out of bad marriages. So I mean, I it was really touching for me that she wants to help women out of bad marriages, and so she's thinking to become a divorce lawyer. Then there's another story which is close nearer to our home. This is a story from a girl called Usha Chaudhary. She's from Udaipur. So now this
Oh,
girl, yeah, she's from Udaipur, and this girl has actually devoted her entire life to one mission, and that is power of choice to women. And what is that choice? It is to study, to work, and to marry a person of their choice, or when they want to get married. And her story is like also very heart touching. She was in class 10 when her family, not even her family, um, the community she belonged to, they just saw a person. And can you beat it, that this जो लड़का उन लोगों ने उसके लिए चुना, वो आर्मी में था, एंड ही वाज पोस्टेड. सो दे सेड ओके, उसकी जो मॉम है, मतलब मदर इन लॉ, ही शादी करके ले जाएगी. Well, they did not even thought that I mean, they did not even think that the groom is important for the entire wedding. So
oh,
she retaliated at that point in time, and then she faced a lot of flag from everybody, and yet she stood firm. And today she is an MA in Hindi literature. Then she runs a school, and she also runs an NGO, and most of the earnings that she earns she gives it back. And so again, till date, even after being successful, the marriage pressure, and then she's trying to tell them that it's my choice not to be married and all that. So, and she beautifully mentions her struggle, that she's seen her mother suffer a lot. Her mother works as a laborer, because her father was a drunkard, and he lost his job because of that, and then he ran a tea stall, to kabhi kholte the kabhi nahi. So mother you worked as a laborer, and yet this mother herself is either forcing her, or not, so not letting her live the way she wants to. So
so
that's another good
these are the
story.
stories which we found around us also, but we hardly pay any attention to them, right? See, I
Yeah,
think
we hardly
it's
pay any
only
attention,
it's
and I
the
think
eyes
hardly.
of like author like Rashmi can see this, right?
Yeah, Rashmi and Z, I think Z actually
Yes,
gave her this
yes.
idea, and she wrote
And
it.
I think and the
But
stories are
even the girls
widespread.
themselves who are suffering don't really give it a full thought, or full throttle. They don't really, go ahead and do that.
Right.
That's
And I
true.
think the stories are from across the India, not only from one location. You talked about Udaipur and then you talked
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. It is
yeah.
across India. There's another story from Rabia Khan, who's blind, and how she, faced right from studying to jobs, and how people, and she fought a lot of legal battles.
Right. So
So that's
ma'am,
also a
like
nice story.
so to know more about the stories, the only way out is go
To
to
read the book or
Amazon
sit with
or
me.
oh yes. or you can lend us a book, right?
Yes, yes, I can.
Right. Ma'am, you talked about that you went into the launch event of this book in JLF. So, what other kind of reviews you got about the book in that event? Because that's a huge event.
Yeah, see, the most of the people definitely liked it, but one negative review which I think worth mentioning here is that people didn't like too much of Hindi being used
Oh.
in the stories, because she's mentioned. But I think that's being a little too rude on this, because
Hmm.
people who've interviewed, and people who on whom the books are written, or who are the heroes of the book, uh, she's written it in their language, and it's like,
Hmm.
not, you don't want to read it for the language, or flowery language, or the
Yes.
beauty
And
of
I
it.
think it's a
You want to
prerogative of
read
the
it for the
writer
feelings behind it.
in what language writer wants to write. I think it's up to the
Right.
writer.
And plus, on the dais, they were some of these characters were there on the dais.
Oh.
It was so good to see them in person. And like these Yuva girls, Rinki, of course, I said that okay, she's good in English now, and is a TEDx speaker. But some of them were just talking in their own terms, or not even proper Hindi. But that's okay. It's only a language, right?
Yes, indeed, indeed. So
So
talking about language, ma'am. So what lessons you got from the book? If I talk about your own personal level, after reading the book, takeaways for you.
after reading the book, one, I felt blessed that like I do consider that I have to marry a person of my choice. I really had to go through a lot of I would term it a lot of struggle, or maybe at that point I used to think a lot of hell. So I so some points I could relate, that how difficult it is to stand by what you think or what you feel. So I could relate to certain aspects, and some of them were really, I felt that we need to be humans. We are far away from even, I don't know what to call. So it was an eye opener, and it's a revelation that we are, no matter what, but we are not even being human, and we are not being kind to many people. We're not even giving them what is due to them. If in say 2018 we are talking, in 2018 she wrote, and in 2020 we are talking that girls have to struggle to not get married, or get married, or go to school. We are far away from the good world. So that's another learning. And as a mother of a girl, मुझे इतना पता चल गया that I must raise a bold daughter who knows what she wants, and who wants to work towards what she wants. So there's nothing like being served in a silver platter and you eat it. And I think each parent should uh, make their children read such things, that people are living such lives, and they should at least do something to make their lives better. Most of the time what I see is, we say, आप स्कूल नहीं जा रहे हो, पढ़ नहीं रहे हो, तो आपको ये करना पड़ेगा, वो करना पड़ेगा, meanly jobs that we say. But I think it is our duty to tell them that if you don't go, there are many people who won't get any help. So at least be somebody who can help the others like this. So that's another learning. Or maybe, at least I think it as my duty to communicate it to my children, so that this is the reality. So it's a reality check book for me, at least.
Yes, ma'am, indeed. And I think the way you have described the book and talked about the book, it definitely would inspire viewers to read this book. And we all know that the kind of respect and command Rashmi holds in this writing world. So just by blindly, you can pick up the book, and for sure that you would love it. So thank you so much, ma'am, for talking about this amazing book, Touch the Sky. And we just touched the sky, and it's time to get back to Earth. So, we would again like to thank you for sparing your time out. We know that you have a very busy schedule, and I don't know whether you've had your dinner also or not, but you took time for us and talked about this amazing book. Loads of gratitude from us, and I hope this talk would help people and inspire people to pick up and read this book and develop some humanity and being human, right?
We welcome with it, and nobody pampers me like HYS does. So it's always a pleasure.
No. We
It's
just
a
say
time
what
well
we feel.
spent.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for connecting
Thank
with us.
you.
And thank you so much, viewers, for connecting with us and watching our show. And we hope you like the show and would pick up the book, Touch the Sky, and you will touch the sky. And after reading the book, you'll get back to Earth, and we'll talk more about the book, and we'll spread the word about the book and let more people read the book. So thank you so much for your time. We'll meet next Tuesday again in our show called Reading Ravens. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye bye.